There you go. Butt cheeks.
Dude, really? What the fuck? Lemonade. Yeah. Hey, what was that one say? Pull up in the side, homie, got a cup. Cut. Ice cream lemonade. What? Oh, pull up in the tent.
Thanks his brother, by the way.
Ice cream lemonade. I eat.
Really smart.
Y'all need to get away. Fly free. Nigga, push your head away. I gotta see this. Oh, nigga, not every support this woman. I'ma keep it going. Fucking looking at my
I want him to give more. He's been lacking a bit.
All right, everybody, what's up? I'm Martimus here with another episode of Smoking That Ish.
What up,
dude?
dudes?
On YouTube and now on Instagram. So suck it, other people who aren't. So there we go. We're here with Eugene from Dakota Natural Growers, the head cultivator.
Yeah.
The guy who grows the stuff you love. That guy.
You should like the way you smoke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make sure you're smoking good shit, too.
We did a couple of yours on here. What was it? The Frozen Fuel. You did the Do-Si-Do.
Yeah, we did a couple. I got them on my phone over there.
And then there was, I think we did another one too. Been pretty.
The Gushers.
The Gushers. Yep, that's what it was.
What was that like? Because that shit's old.
The Gushers, it had a nice taste to it.
It was low THC, but nice high.
Yeah.
It was one that I was surprised that I liked.
It was a nice airy, so that's something you can smoke up, wake up in the morning, smoke a big one, and it's not going to fuck you up a little bit too much.
Right.
For people who don't smoke a whole lot, take their 2 hits and they're fucking zonked out.
Yeah, or, somebody who feels like they have to always be smoking, but have responsible shit to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's...
Not get too fucking...
That was a good one. I like that one. That one was nice.
Yeah, Frozen Fuel. Frozen Fuel was a good one.
Yeah.
The Lemon OG Do-Si-Do.
Yeah.
And then the Gushers, yeah.
Okay.
The Gushers turned out really good. He was skeptical. He was skeptical because
because of the low THC.
Low THC. Like, nah, man, this one's.
It usually takes a lot. I have like a horrible anxiety disorder and shit. So fucking, I have to smoke or I can't leave my house. If I don't smoke, I'll be like sitting on my bed crying. I literally can't.
Yeah, so
function.
it has to affect you. You have to. It has to fucking affect you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I need the what everybody else dreads,
Therapeutic smoke, not social smoke.
Yeah, if you turn the mic just a hair towards you.
Therapeutic smoke, not social smoke.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But I'm social with it.
Right,
it brings me down to everybody else's level. I'm not freaking the fuck out all the time.
Generally, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Unless you like, I was talking with a lady at the flower shop. I did a meet the grower there, and we were talking about those things, and like that's the kind of strains that I like to grow for is the more the stuff that is not necessarily higher THC, but higher potency. When I say potency, I say that very lightly. I don't mean like just because it's 30% or 27%. That's not the potency issue. That's not how I view that, right? Like potency is, man, did I smoke that shit, and how high do I get if I smoke a whole joint of it by myself?
Yep.
So I like the stuff that's gonna punch people, like punch you out. It's gonna be good for cancer patients with who need something heavier, more narcotic. If you have like sleep issues, it'll help with those. People who have like appetite disorders, like they can't eat, they have problems, issues.
Is there any way you can work on like disconnecting your mic and maybe swapping those? Like, I don't know how.
I feel like it's kind of cutting in and out. Yeah.
Yeah, we had problems with it. We restarted the system and stuff, and it's still doing it. And I'm not a huge fan of it. I want it to be.
I know it had
much crispier.
I know it happened once before,
but we're used to technical issues on the show because
I know when it happened once before. They said it turned out all right though.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
still, it's
I'm gonna mute mine.
Our first guess. It's got to be mute yours so you can figure it out, and then once you figure out how to do that one, it should be just click. You'll have to hold yours for a second while you
that's all good.
That one. And we should be back in the game because I want everything that you're saying. This is important stuff for the show, and I want it to be crisp and clear. I don't want people to be distracted at all by like fading in and out or anything like that.
We good? We good to keep rolling or no?
Oh yeah, you can keep going.
Yeah, for sure. So
he's working on it, and none of us have any idea what we're doing. So it's a random amount of time it's going to take him.
Yeah, it's all good. But like, I like growing for stuff that's going to help people that have that need that heavier narcotic smoke, that because that's what I like to smoke, I guess, obviously. But
That's what I look for too. Yeah.
yeah, I want it to be danker. You know, if you need like help eat, help feed an appetite. You know what I mean? If you have an eating disorder, or you don't have people just not hungry. You know what I mean? Maybe you have you just have issues with fucking getting food down. But so smoke some bud. That's nice. Get stoned as hell. Enjoy eating some food, grilling some food. That's my kind of thing. The super potent buds, man. I don't like growing you just, when you smoke something, you're just like, man, well, fuck, load another one.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, once you get to that point and you're spending a bunch of money on stuff, like I don't give it all this terpenes matter shit. Like terps matter. Obviously, you want to smell. You want your weed to smell good.
What's
Yeah,
the?
you
You
want it
said
to smell
before
and
that
have
there
a
was
taste
like
to
a
it and
soapy
everything.
terp. What's the terp that tastes soapy?
It tastes like fucking soap. I don't know what it tastes like. It tastes like soap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't
want to know what that is.
Man, I think that a lot of this testing shit, THC testing, terpene testing, all that stuff,
I think it's hit or miss, honestly.
it is, and it doesn't dictate what good weed is.
No,
like
No, that's
what
just it. You can't focus on the percentage
yes,
and find what good weed is, because even I've gone high percentage and you find some that just it's not a good weed. I mean, it'll get you stoned, but it's not
right.
fun to smoke.
Right.
You know?
It's not enjoyable to smoke, and terpenes don't translate to flavor, right?
Yeah, just go ahead. What I need you to do is just unplug that one, plug that one in, and he'll hold it in his hand while you disconnect this one.
We're gonna black him out. Oh, he's gonna switch. Oh, I see you. I see you.
Yeah, because he can't show his face. So we're gonna go black screen here.
We're gonna make people. We're gonna make.
No one gets to know what BK looks like, and we're gonna keep it that way. So if you're seeing a black screen right now, it's because you're supposed to. Everything's working just fine. It actually automatically happens when BK gets on the screen. We don't really know why, but every time BK just gets on the screen, it just blacks itself out. Won't even show him. We've tried. Can't even get pictures with him.
Must be a bug.
Yeah.
Or he's
Something
dead.
weird.
Is he actually dead?
I don't know. Maybe.
BK?
I've never checked his pulse. I'm not touching. We're friends. I'm not like.
I ain't never really seen him
fucking
sleep
gonna
either.
finger you
I never
guys.
seen him sleep either. This man's might be a vampire behind the screen.
Might be. Maybe that's he just leaves and says.
What's your blood
he's going
type?
to sleep.
BK, what's your blood type?
Any. He's like about a quart. I have no idea what my blood type is either, dude.
Nah, it all bleeds the same.
And I'd be like, "What's your blood type?" I'm gonna be like, "Fucking you, figure it out."
All right, there we go. We good?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, dude,
That worked.
bravo, BK. Look at that.
We got to continue. Let's see. There he goes again.
Oh, it's a fucking cord, dude. It's the cord. We figured it out. You broke the cord.
I didn't break.
You did, because it's your fault. You sat over there before. One of the early episodes, he sat over there. Everybody saw him drop the mic off the thing, and he dropped it off of there twice, and he didn't ruin the mic, but he broke the damn cord.
No, I didn't
Why?
drop it.
Because that's what he does, dude. He just wrecks stuff.
So is it just fucked up on the audio end of this, and it comes through clean on the other end, or what?
I've heard because when we did that episode,
it dips out. It still dips in and out, but it's not as dramatic as you hear
Right.
No,
in your headset.
Because I was told this. Because I was told about it. I was like, because when we first started, I was having some audio issues. But
He kept blurring me out because he was so animated when he would talk. This would autofocus on his hands, and then I'd be blurred for the rest of the episode. But yeah, dude, we are like, this might be the 10th episode. Maybe we are fresh. Yeah, we didn't build this. This is something that my brother had, and we were out at the bar, and I was like, "Why don't you let me do a podcast?" And he was like, "Sure." And I was like, "Are you serious?" And he goes, "Yeah." And like 2 days later, I was like, "Dude, we're doing a podcast."
The model of it's almost flawless. I mean, really, right? Like you just fucking review the Chronic, talk about Chronic.
Yeah.
Well, if we were sitting at home and just chit chatting and stuff, we would just be talking about weed anyways.
And that's one
Smoking
thing.
it.
And
If
that's
we were
one
hanging
thing.
out, if we were at each other's houses,
And that's another thing about it. Is there's a lot of people like, even though what has we got like 10,000 Medcar patient now, something like that, somewhere around there.
10,000.
Yep, I know at first it was like maybe 2 to 4, and that was one thing. Is just a lot of misinformation.
Yeah.
And a lot of just I don't know.
Yeah.
So then there's also that side of it too, because that was honestly the main thing. That was the question that I get asked the most when I got my little, my little at home setup going and everything like that in my car. And everyone, it was the most asked question is, well, how? And it was just a bunch of hows. Or how'd you do this and how'd you do that? So a lot of it was also misinformation.
Right.
And that's something also, like, I know people that still don't have theirs, but they've been out looking for podcasts. Actually, they found the coffee house is what it was.
Right.
They ended up finding that. So they've been looking. So I know that there's people out there still looking just to have a little bit more knowledge on it.
Yeah. And
just to find out, more info.
Yeah.
and real reviews, ranking, calling out the bullshit too. That's nice.
Wait, that one, I was that sucked so hard because I was such a big fan and I pushed that so hard, and then just to see a shitty bag like that,
and it was honestly
tore me apart. He's bounced back, by the way. Not shitting on him again. He bounced back.
No,
He saved 2 strains. Saved 2 strains that are fantastic. If you liked it before, go check it out.
Yeah, and that's constructive criticism, right? I mean, some people get upset about it, but I think a lot of our shit, I get yelled at by the people in our building all the time because I say we still suck. Everything sucks. I tell them. So like, I know that we can be better, and like every cultivator should feel that way, right? Like if you feel like you're so good at growing pot and you grow some bullshit and someone says it sucks and you're like, man, fuck you, that weed's good. Like,
but it's not though.
Right.
But it's not.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, people get defensive
but there's
over
an
their
ego
strains.
in it. There's an ego in it, right?
Oh yeah, they
Like,
let their ego get in the way. That's everything though in life.
it is.
Everybody lets their ego get in
it's
the
really
way,
bad in weed.
and they take everything personally.
Because like weed is weed is art, right? Like, and if you fucking brought your art to the show and motherfucking no one bought that shit, like
you'd be like,
feel
God
God
damn,
damn, man, like fuck you guys. Like, I don't know what they were thinking.
That's one thing though. I feel you on the everything sucks part, because even mine, I was looking at it while I was growing and this and that, and even up until now, I'm still just like, no.
It can be
yes, like yay.
Oh, that's.
But fuck, man, no. There's just more. Every time it's just a little bit I've noticed, even throughout just this first one, I've noticed like every other day you're like, okay, well this is different today. Or I underwatered a little bit maybe.
Right.
Or I might have did a little bit something here. Or I fucked up my climate or something. It's just little things like that. And then you're like, okay, I can't do that anymore.
Right.
And then even here with this one, mine turned out pretty decent, but my trimming fucking sucks. For now, it sucks. It sucks. And then I still got the fine tuning here or there. And so it's little things like that. So I see where you're
I thought it looked good. What I told you how I trimmed. It's like what I thought it looked good.
It wasn't bad. I know I have.
You want to tighten?
I've never complained.
That's
about
what it is. I got to tighten it a little bit. I still get some harshness on it. It's just a couple leafy ones in there. I get some harshness.
Right.
So that's my issue that I've noticed from the end of it. And then just
on his buds that he grew.
And then the rough.
Did you dry it and jar it right away?
I dried it, and then I think it was like a couple weeks. I did about maybe 30 days, a little bit less than 30 days, and then I jarred it.
Right.
But it did sit for a couple of days with the whole trimming thing because it was just me. I actually had BK come over and help me pluck some big boys off.
Right.
But and then it was about 2 or 3 days of trimming, just trying to get it all worked out. And then I think I jarred them for about 30, 40 days.
So get like go and get the black toast with the yellow lids.
Yep.
Go snatch one of those up, and when you're done, like, don't take any leaves off when you hang that shit, and when you take it down after you dry it, put it in that fucking
There you go. Turn it right towards you.
yeah, put it in that
That fucking mic, dude.
that fucking mic, man.
Hey, BK.
But put it in that, you know what I mean? So
Take a break.
Put it in that tote
See if
and
you can
fucking
get
leave it in
cord
that tote on the sticks.
Yeah, I was
and I
gonna-
think it hardens that bud up a little bit better. And it slows that chlorophyll. It really just slows the dry down. So because chlorophyll leaves the back of your weed off moisture, right? So like extra time inside that tote, like, is better to me than cutting off all those leaves. I would let those leaves stay on. If you did have to jar it and you didn't tote it, I would just throw it in the jars with all the leaves on and then just wait. And really, it's dialing in your dry and cure. Just fucking getting better every run. That's all it is. Yeah, you just get better every run.
Fine tuning.
Because you'll always fuck something up. You know what I mean? You're always gonna fuck something up. Like so many times. I mean, it just never. A lot of the grows never go exactly as you plan. Plants get bigger than you thought they would. They're more finicky than you thought they would be.
Yeah, I noticed I had more issues with the car crasher.
Yeah.
The Johnny Utah went pretty solid, but the car crasher was getting a little.
So you can
iffy
be
in there.
you can be like a perfectionist, but it's never going to be perfect.
Right. That's what a perfectionist is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it's not good. It's right. Like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it's got to be better. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. While the normal person looks at him and they're like, well, it's pretty goddamn good.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't see what the problem is.
But ultimately, as a grower, that's what it like. I've honestly seen more people quit than get good. Realistically, and like when you look at the face of where weed is now in South Dakota, right? Like go back to this point in time a year ago, right? And everybody's different. The faces of the industry are significantly different. Some people have fallen off, some people have fucking fallen back, others have come up, and
Yeah, we've seen a couple missteps
yeah,
by a couple different
Yeah,
companies.
you see some discrepancies
but
just in.
as long as it's a learning
consistency in
experience,
general.
I don't see what the issue is. Like I said, I don't freak out if I find seeds in something. If I find seeds in something like multiple
limit,
times, if I find it in like 3 things in a row, I'll probably leave that thing alone until they have like a special release or something.
in some dispos are, that's where if they know that pack's seeded too, they should be letting people know. And it shouldn't be full price.
Yeah.
If you got a seeded fucking bag of weed, like, I mean, 1 or 2 here and there. If you find a seed here
Dakota
and there,
Green.
You had a couple floaters. here
Dakota
and there.
Green did that.
it's expected, really.
Dakota Green had light leak issues, and they put out a thing, and they said they had light leak issues, and but they thought it was still really fire bud, so they still wanted to sell it. They said there is some seeds in there, pre-warning you, so you don't just roll them up and smoke them.
Yeah.
And then they put 4.2 grams in there and sold it for their 3.5 price.
And shout out shout out to those guys, Dakota Green, the Terp Ranch, my homie Mango.
Mango is a maniac.
Nevada,
dude.
those guys.
That guy's he's fun.
Those guys kick ass, and they were the first ones who they were the first ones who came to market and said, fuck this high price bullshit, right? Like everybody in the planet, or everybody in the state thought their fucking weed was worth $5,000 a pound, right? And then they come over here and they started dropping them for $3,200 a pound,
dude,
and people are like, oh fucking what? There were some people like didn't understand that, but like I thought Mango's slogan, what the fuck was it? Make smoking doobies cheap again or something shit like
Hell
that.
yeah, dude.
It was
Well,
rough at
over
first.
here, just in
Yeah.
South
It was
Dakota
real fucking
area,
rough at
people
first,
don't tend
dude.
to make as much.
Well,
as
see,
they
and that's
do
where
in, like,
brand
Oregon
that's where
and
brand
stuff.
loyalty is going to come into play extremely right now because the consumer in South Dakota learned like the hard way, right? Like they couldn't have learned any more difficult. Like the entry into this fucking industry as a medical consumer was so terrible out of the gate, and it just dispensaries were buying terrible pot and then just like still selling it for like you were buying knowingly seeded weed for $55 to $60 an eighth, and now we gotten to the point where some of that shit's still on the shelf, dude. And now it's a whole different list of cultivators at the top. You got us, you got the Terp Ranch now, at Dakota Green, From the Hills is starting to make a little noise.
Yep, they're doing decent with a couple of theirs.
Cannonot was making a little noise there for a little while, and
Cannonot's hit or miss.
Yeah, is he?
Yep, we had one on that we didn't think was great, and we had one on that we thought was pretty good.
Rare Earth doesn't do bad.
Rare Earth is they stand by their name though. They're hard to find.
Yeah.
They don't mess with a lot of people.
Greg's I know Greg. I've known Greg for a while, and he's really he's like he's the smartest dude that I know when it comes to soil. I talk to him and I feel stupid. But he's really particular in what he puts out there. I know that he didn't even release like the first I believe he didn't even release a batch, and then they wanted to sell it as buds, and he fucking pre-rolled it all because of seeds and was very open to fucking just put it on a market as pre-roll. Don't make any excuses about it. So he's all about quality. And I know I've heard a lot of good things about his power nap.
That was nice. Yeah, we did grab that one. That was nice. But what's funny about
That's
that is
one that we had.
it did not knock you out.
No.
Because I walked in.
Well,
I
that's
said,
for me.
It was perfect.
that.
It was
it's
perfect for me, dude.
Yeah, I walked in. I didn't even look at nothing else. I'm walking around and I see power nap and I'm like, give me that.
Yeah.
Like, no, I was like, I want that. I don't even.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at nothing else. I was
That's
like,
just it. We
the
don't
name like that-
look at, when we go in and look. We don't look at what company is selling what. That's part of what we like about like Tea Tree,
Right.
is they don't have it in different. They have it all in their jars where they have the little light on it and the magnifying glass
Yeah.
so you can see the bud.
Yup.
That's the jars you look at. So you're not paying attention to whose is what,
Right.
and you just pick strictly based off of what you think is the best.
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
where we. That's where we ended up with your.
Yeah, and they're thank you.
Yeah. No,
but
thank
the
you.
homie Rare Earth, those guys are really good, but they're so small batch. Like they're real small batch. They don't-
Everybody says, yeah, that's
yeah
it's
they don't
really
they
hard
don't
to get.
they don't have a lot of they don't have the scale that he doesn't have the space that some of us have to grow in, and that's kind of and I think with that space, if they did have that space, he would need a lot more help over there. But if he had space and had help, man, holy cows, those guys could be.
He does good. He
Yeah.
does. Every time we pick something up, I don't think it's been anything below pretty damn good.
Yep.
He's done good with that.
Yeah, he
So,
dropped
Rare Earth?
Scotty
Sure.
too. Yeah, didn't they?
Yeah.
And
Oh
they,
yeah, it's never been a miss.
They just dropped some. They just did like a little hash collab with like that Scotty Tuhati water hash too.
okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah, with From the Hills. Yeah, I think it was From the Hills. Maybe it was High Hills, man. I hope I got that right. Sorry to either one of you guys, whoever is.
Sorry to whoever is not involved.
Yes.
But to whoever is, big props.
Right. But
You guys figure it out.
He does real good. He does real good. He's he's only gonna get. I think that their business model is actually fine, though. You know what I mean? If you don't have a lot of investors and a lot of money that a lot of people come and calling for paychecks and shit like that, that need dividends or whatever the hell these investors are getting back, right? If you're small back, like South Dakota's 10,000 patients right now, and even if it goes wreck, right?
Yeah.
Let's say it goes wreck. Where's the Minnesota just went wreck, so Worthington's business is gone. There's going to be 5 dispensaries in Worthington for sure. One in Laverne probably too. Like because they've had the head shop there.
Well,
forever.
everywhere they'll let them have it.
Right.
Everywhere they'll let them
So
have it.
you're
is
not
an
getting
apple.
any business from Minnesota, right? North Dakota, man, who the fuck's gonna go? Where are they gonna buy it in Northeast or Northern South Dakota, right? Like that whole border's fucking nothing. There's nothing up there. Wyoming it's like maybe a little pulse over at the hills. But nothing major, like nothing that's going to turn fucking the 6,000 people over there smoking into 20,000.
Yeah.
And then you've been to the Sand Hills, man, in
No.
Nebraska. Well, fucking nothing out there, So
Oh, I've driven
through it.
a
There's
lot
nothing.
of Nebraska.
Yeah, there's
It's all-
nothing there. Like,
Well, same
anything-
thing with Eastern South Dakota. It's just
Right.
nothing.
So I don't understand these big aspirations that people have for this massive rec market. Like Sioux City is going to give you a good pulse of business for sure.
Yeah,
But-
you get some there. Pierre will be decent.
Yep.
Obviously the big ones, but
Right. But outside of
Yeah.
that, man, like it's not going to be this big $1 million market in South Dakota. So like
For
people
some
like,
people, it will be.
well,
But
no one's going to
you're
make
gonna-
40 mil in 10 years,
No.
No one.
No.
No one. No, there's no, it's never, you can make a good living, but you're not going to fucking just,
Well, it's
get
a nice
rich.
way. Like when places first go medical, it's a nice way to get started and get your foot in the door.
Right.
For somebody who wants to start up. Because in the in the states where it's already like a big thing, the guys with the big money, as soon as they hear you're starting something up, they'll shut you right down.
Right.
I mean, they'll come and just
and
they'll
that's-
block you off and just shut you
And
down.
that's why I think that model won't work out here. Right. Because the consumer base is so small. It's not Minneapolis. It's not Omaha. It's not even Omaha. It's not even Des Moines. It's so small that any type of corporation that come in and try and fucking just throw out fucking 100 pounds every fucking 2 weeks, dude. Like, if it sucks, even if it's good, you can't sell it all. Like, where are you gonna bring it? You're not gonna sell it all. And then if it sucks, no one's gonna buy that shit again. Like we're in Minneapolis, dude. When Minneapolis rec goes in Minneapolis, it's gonna be fucking.
It's gonna they go in effect August.
And there's gonna be so many dispensaries in Minneapolis, dude.
Actually, they were talking about so there are gonna be a lot.
That would be a good.
But they were talking
That'd
about
be a good scene to have a hand in right there.
They might not have dispensaries open for like a year, is what I was talking. Cause I'm from Minnesota. My sister's there, and I was asking her about it, and she was saying that it goes in effect in August, but right now the laws are kind of weird. But it went in effect, but not fully. So like you can have your weed, and you just cannot buy your weed. That's what you can have it,
but you can have your weed and smoke it too.
You can have your weed and smoke it.
Plants, I think too.
Thank you.
It's 8.
6. If
one more
per,
for me.
6, 8 per, right? 8 flower, 8 veg.
4-4.
4.
It's 4-4.
That's all right.
Yep, it's 4-4, and then I think it's up to
big. Put 4 of them in a 10 by 10. 1 per light.
But I think they got 2 pounds for their house limit, 2 ounces obviously on person limit, and then
that's fucked.
Their concentrate limit though, I think their concentrate limit's only like maybe
so it's not legal. That's regulated.
Yeah,
it's not a legal pot.
No,
that's not as regulated.
Everywhere where they say it's legal, it's regulated. They don't trust us with it.
And our concentrate,
which is like that's a big thing. Like I'm almost 40
like
fucking years old,
you know?
and I got a guy that's a little bit older than me who doesn't smoke weed, telling me that I can't have X amount of weed because it's gonna be bad for me.
Right.
And it's like, fuck is wrong
What's our
with
limit
you?
right now? What is it?
It's 3 ounces every 2 weeks,
which is pretty decent, really.
Yeah, because right now
bad.
you can get 3 ounces of concentrates, or you can get 3 ounces.
And that's the big
flour.
thing is our concentrates compared to Minnesota. Our concentrates are up there, so like we can get up to 3 ounces of concentrate. I think they can only get like 6 or 7 grams at a time, something like that.
I mean, 3 ounces of concentrate in 2 weeks is fucking.
Bro, you seen how some of these guys were smoking them out west, man? Holy shit! But
dude,
we smoked some of them from the hills. Some of those were decently terpy, man. I was digging on some of those last weekend.
I had a good one. I had the AK-47 Crumble, which was 88%, and that was I was taking this other jam. And I would get the jam, and then I would roll it in the Crumble, and then I'd do that for a dab. That was fantastic.
Sure.
But right now I have Bruce Banner dabs, this live rosin butter from the hills, it's pretty good. It's not bad.
Nice.
I don't think I've bought a concentrate.
But like I said in Mitchell, we can't. Your stuff's not there, so. That's the only reason, and we're lazy.
Superior Buds. Come on, man.
Superior Buds.
Superior
Buds. Been to the building, man.
Dude,
You've been to the building.
Dude, shout out too. And you were supposed to be here, man.
Yeah, and I love
opportunity.
I like Superior Bob. Superior Bob's good shit.
Well,
Superior Bob is
I like small. I like the small companies. You know what I mean? I like.
They took over.
I love Tea Tree,
but they're so small that they're still kind of nervous.
They took over the old GameStop building.
Oh, they got to get some weed that'll sell in a week.
Yeah, they do.
If they would buy like it would. I'm Superior Buds. I'm telling you, it's you buy a 1/4 pound or a 1/2 pound on Saturday or Friday. You put it on the shelves Friday, man. You're gonna call us by fucking Monday. It's gonna be gone. It's gonna go like that. Honestly, we get called all the time, especially on the east side, because we're not really very well represented on the east side. Like honestly, a lot of our pot goes out west, and I really want to improve that. And we have a drop coming up on 7/10. That's the target date. Some stuff might hit. I'm hoping there might be a couple strains that smoke real well. And don't require that full 6-week cure to get some stuff on the market, and some
that'll be like some 4th of July shit though.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah,
I'd love to have a couple things on the shelf on the 4th.
Yeah.
And we really want to hit like
holiday weeds. Like
it's great, man. Like
I'm such a fucking child
for sure, man. but you know that's what people are doing, right? On the 4th of July, what are people? And I wanted 4th of July more than 7/10. I know 7/10 is sentimental to smokers. Obviously, flour's not hash, right? But it's the best.
But it's still a part of it. It's still a part of it.
It's the best we could do.
Yeah.
So it's cool, but the 4th of July, man, is relatable to everybody, right? Like every single person, unless you're fucking lame, it's going to be barbecuing, drinking, smoking, hanging out with friends, fucking having a good time, throwing bags, throwing horseshoes, doing whatever the fuck you do on the weekends, man. But
Hell
you're going to
yeah.
be having a good time with your friends, and that's big to me. That's why it was huge for Memorial Day weekend. You know, we had our drop come out Memorial Day weekend, and across the state, we had almost everything out in time for everyone to enjoy it on the holiday weekend, and until, you know, so that matters to me. So hopefully we can get it a little bit for the 4th, but definitely 7-10. And shit, Superior could hit us up, and
Hell yeah.
They do have a nice
I got
little store there.
Superior Bob's phone number. Oh, the things I could do with your phone number, Bob.
you got my phone number. It's fine.
Oh,
So-
shit.
So look at
What if I connected those two dots?
but it goes quickly, and we want to be over here on the East River Farms. We're going to be at the flower shop, Tea Tree. We've been to Superior, and
Tea
we
Tree's where we found you.
love working with people who we have relationships with. That's who, you know, that's who we go to first. You know, if we have an existing relationship with someone, that's who we call first. And we usually don't get to the 5th or 6th caller. You know, it goes fast, but I like Mitchell. You know, Fruits Freya's over there. Shout out to those guys, and
Yeah, Fruits Freya. Shout out.
and, you know, so we'd like to be over there. We'd like to sell them some more bud. For
We
sure.
would love it if you were over there.
Honestly,
I would be thrilled.
and they buy, and they're small enough that, you know, they could always get, you know, whatever's fresh. We're close, man. Like, it ain't that far.
Yeah, and they're big on new stuff, and they're bringing in new stuff all the time.
Who are they
trying to
rocking with right
expand.
now? Who's their?
Right now, I'm digging their From the Hills. They also
Yep.
have Badlands. Is it Bad? It's not Badlands. It's Bad River. Cannabis.
River.
God,
Bad River.
They got
How are those
though.
buds?
Bad River. I was getting it for a while, but I was getting their 10 Gs, it was 25%, and it tasted really good.
Yeah.
And I was enjoying it, but then I found a couple of seeds in one of the bags, so I switched over. That was right when
Is that when Pippa
Blackberry.
Lake?
That was
They're in living soil out there
yeah.
Okay.
in
Yeah,
bed.
so that I switched to the
Beds are nice.
Blackberry Kush.
Beds are nice. I
from
want to give me
the
some
Hills.
fucking beds.
So I've been smoking the Blackberry Kush from the Hills.
But
right
they
now.
got a lot of From the Hills. And then they do have Bad River. They got the Pippa Lakers guy. And then I want
They
to
got
say
DNS, of course.
yeah, they do have some DNS out there.
New DNS or old DNS?
They got Ghost Magic.
New batch, or is that because I know he's been rocking
it's
that?
it's pretty high percent. I mean,
Been
it's
calling
up
that
there.
GMO for a while.
But they do all decent. They took over the old GameStop building.
Yep.
So their storefront is a nice
DNS
nice, cozy little
prices are
storefront
a
they
little
got.
high though.
Yeah, they do have a little bit high price. Unity has some high fucking prices.
Right.
Unity has
Unity
some
is
high price.
off the fucking ass, dude.
Yeah. You know,
Tea Tree was a pleasant
I guess
surprise.
They got a nice
Superior
place. Don't get me wrong. They got a
Man.
nice
Buds does
place.
their best to keep the price
Yeah,
as low as possible.
we've only been there. We've only been to Tea Tree or into Unity one time. There was just there's not much. We probably won't end up over there.
As I said, the vibe's off. The vibe is off for our area. It's so professional. Yes, it's the Apple Store for weed, dude. It is. Everybody's very professional. They all have a worked out like thing. They're all very. It's. Yes.
Right.
Can we get?
Right.
I know that they do have
I
people
went
that
out-
try the products, but it's
I have
just,
never
they have
been.
way
In,
too professional.
I have never been in the dispensary, and I've never talked to any of them. To either of those. Maybe. Well, no, I take that back. I guess I did like a fucking face call or something with those guys or something.
Okay.
But I remember that event, that little event that they put on the east side. That was all right. Like the grand opening. Did you guys go to that? When they
I
had the
was
tents out
I was
and
there
shit?
for that.
Yeah.
I was there for the opening day. They did
The
nice.
best part
there.
about it was the food they had there.
The taco truck.
Yeah, that shit was.
Yeah. Yep. Nope. I went there for that. They were nice when he was sitting there because he had a bunch of people sitting there for a while. They came out getting everybody chairs and waters and everything. So that was really cool. That's actually when I found out that if you are 18, you cannot buy smokables. It was that day because there was some kid who was in line with me. He got his med card, and that's when they only had their ace in their joints. And
Right.
he goes in, so he's sitting there for about 2 hours, and then he goes in. He's like, "Hey, here's my card," and they're like, "Oh, we can't sell you nothing." He's like, "Haha, what do you mean?" It's because if you're 18, you have to buy like tinctures and edibles. in the Dick Schmamption oil. Yeah, you can't buy.
Fuck, man.
buy inhalants.
Edibles are more fucking dangerous than the goddamn fucking joint is.
You can't buy inhalants.
Oh, that's
you
what
can't
they're
buy,
living on.
You
That's
can't
what they're
OD
living
on a
right
fucking.
now.
You can't OD on a joint, dude. But you fucking eat too much fucking edibles, boy, and it'll be fucking. You be fucking ruin your night.
Yeah, you could have a bad couple days.
You can't buy vapes either because they're considered an inhalant as well. So it can't be flour, can't be concentrate, can't be vapes.
Oh, and then for the edibles, you can't get more than 100 milligrams in a package.
That's a standard kind of thing sometimes.
Yeah,
Not-
but that
right
also
now it
sucks
is.
balls because if I want to stop
I do-
smoking, which I have lung disease, I'm not supposed to smoke so much, but I can't fucking buy 10 bags of edibles every day.
Doesn't Colorado have higher limits for the med side though?
For the med side, yes. For the med side, you get some 1,000 milligram.
Yeah, that makes a difference. Like,
Yeah.
we did some R&D fucking edibles. Like they were passed out as R&D to us, and like give us feedback on what you think of them, man. And they're like, "Fuck it, you want to split these 5 with some of us? Fuck, man, I won't even feel fucking 2.5, man. What the fuck? I might as well not even eat them.
Yeah.
You know, it could because
DNS did good with theirs. They have those little
I'd
cubes, the
smoke way
rosin
more than
cubes.
that.
Those aren't terrible.
right.
Just throughout the day, when you gotta go get some shit done. Just eat one of those, kind of coast you out a little bit. Eat 2 of those. It's not too bad. But if you're like an everyday, I'm gonna eat me an edible thing. That's
Right.
where you want them higher bits in there, just because you want something that's
Yeah,
gonna
I
smack.
I
wanna
only eat
half of
edibles
it.
like, fuck, man, once in a while. So like when I eat them, I like to eat like probably like 100 mil at least.
Yep, and then when you're buying a whole bag and it's 100 mil in the bag, you're like, well, fuck, I gotta eat the whole thing.
Yeah, and
I
then you
mean,
eat all
yeah.
that fucking sugar,
Yeah,
dude.
it's
Like,
a
Jesus
lot. It's
God.
a lot, dude. It usually makes me sick.
but I know
before it does
Colorado, they
anything.
they got their drinks and everything now, and then they got the higher THC for the med side. I know I've heard of 1,000 bars.
Man,
1,000
higher
milligrams.
THC for the med side. Come on, South Dakota. Come
Yeah.
on, buddy.
Well, they
Come
can't.
on, man. It's medicine, dude.
think-
It's already
you think
been
Rex
rated
gonna
as
pass?
medicine.
This next time, probably
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Not the next time. I don't think so.
What was that?
Maybe one after that, but I don't think it's going to pass next time.
Yeah,
Who's popular?
I
Not
don't
me.
even think they should run that.
I'm
honestly,
sad.
But so far on the med side, it's doing good though. As far as what they've been doing, it's been doing pretty decent.
I think that the best thing. I think that rec failing was the best thing that could happen to the medical program,
100%.
without question.
Yep.
If rec would have passed, then
They would have just mass produced poo poo.
it would have been terrible.
The whole
It would've
time.
it would have been terrible. And now some people are gonna have to really.
Yeah. Now you guys are setting a
Oh yeah, you got to be
Yeah,
on your
everyone-
game.
everyone
you got to
here-
be on your game, right?
Right,
They're
it's really competitive.
Yep, like I said, you guys are setting a standard right now. So when rec does pass and people come in and they're like, yo, check this out, it's gonna be like, why would I want to buy that when I could buy
Yep.
this from the same place probably?
Yep.
And
Generally, medical is always gonna be cheaper than rec. So
yeah,
that'll incentivize people to keep the med program going. But then,
I'm med for life. Shout out heart attacks. What's up?
right. Heart attacks, a motherfucker, man. I gotta watch out for those things.
Yeah, I had one in December.
Damn.
Yeah.
yeah. I caught him drinking a Monster one day, hitting some frisbee golf,
Yeah,
walking around. I look
hey,
over, I'm
fucking
like,
says
what
so.
what the hell is it? What do you got there? He goes, huh? What the fuck is in your hand, dude? Oh, so is that a monster? He goes, yeah. I'm like, you can't do that, my
I'm
guy.
like, oh yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. I did have a heart attack.
I just got my eyes checked. I just got my eyes checked and I found out my blood pressure. I knew my blood pressure's high because I used to fight MMA and it was always high back then. And they'd always blame it. Oh,
Did you
well,
hear that? Other cultivators, huh? Did you hear that? What? What? Say something.
We'll
Say,
let the,
huh?
hey man,
Huh?
we'll let the jar cracks tap it. We'll let the jar cracks fight it out, man. Like, I'm all about that. If you were, that's what I love about the West Side, was the jar cracks, So like that's what I want with the rec, we can get fucking with rec. That's what would be nice is you can have more openness with your events.
Yeah, that's a real big thing. Is
And
just-
you can share your art a
it's
little bit
a
more.
little bit more socially acceptable to an
Yeah.
extent because there's even especially on the east here, even like I said, there's a lot of prudy people. Not even prudy might be the way to put it, but there's just
Well, some people would be, even if
Well,
they
the
had med cards, would be scared to come out because of social implications.
And the
that they would have.
largest population base of consumers is in Sioux Falls, and and the mayor there, he's extremely anti-weed, de facto ban on cultivation there. So
even in Mitchell, they're still pretty.
Yeah, what
They're
the
still
hell,
rugged on.
dude?
If you
What is
don't have
that
your med
about?
card, your concentrate's still controlled substance.
Oh yeah, same as meth.
Yeah, it's if you have concentrate and a bag of dope, it's the same thing.
Concentrated
Yeah, see, and that's
meth
why I
in
think
the
that-
same containers.
that's
They're
why-
like same charge.
Yeah, see,
We're
that's why I
smart,
think that
right?
it'll
Don't you
happen.
feel smart charging somebody with like concentrated weed and meth for the same amount of time? Don't you feel really smart?
They did that to me.
Because you sound really.
They did that
dumb.
to me. I was pissed. They
That's
done.
so
I got pulled over
fucking
one time and
stupid.
had something in the back, and I was just like, "Oh, you know," they're like, "Well, you got some weed." I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool. You can take it, whatever." I took my blunt, this and that, cool, whatever. And they found my little puck I had, and I'm doing my thing. And they're like, "Oh, well, you're going to jail." And I'm like, "Why?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Why?" And they're like, "For this." I was like, "It's some weed. You're gonna put me in jail for some
Yeah.
weed?"
It's THC, bro.
Yep.
It's cool. It's cool.
But
They're
I don't
like,
think they do
"Nah."
possession by ingestion anymore. They do for cocaine. They do for harder stuff in South
Meth,
Dakota.
yeah, meth
for meth and
possession by
cocaine and
ingestion.
opiates, you can get
Right.
possession by ingestion. But
Yep.
When they got a rack on charges.
yeah, when they need something. When they
Oh
need
yeah, they
something.
can, dude. They literally can.
But
get
for
you
South
whatever
Dakota
the
being
fuck
the
they
way
want
it is,
around
like
here.
even Mitchell especially, the med has opened up a lot of space, a lot of breathing room with that,
Right.
which is real nice. Because even now, you do something, you mentioned a medical card, they're like, because there's still the res card too. There's still the res card too, and that's another thing people have been questioning because there's still the res card, and that's only legal on the res.
Yeah. That's Native Nations, right?
Yeah, and
I
that's
don't
only legal-
count those though. I mean, unless you're
don't
like
See, I figure that's closer to the real
unless you're
number.
native and you live like that's where you live, sure. But everybody else who got one, like, man,
Well, that's
stop-
the thing is you can leave
stop
there.
fucking around,
You
dude.
can do
Quit it.
that, and you can get it. Like me and you could go get it. We could go there and we could buy our weed. But
Yeah.
leaving, if we leave the res, we could still get pulled over and ticketed and charged.
How's that?
Yeah.
How I fucking I know my wife.
I have
Fucking,
my res.
yeah, she has her register card, and like they fucking used to get those cards, and I fucking hate those cards, like the fucking the botanical terp shit, man. Like fucking like when my fucking weed like
wanna know I'm
cherry
smoking weed.
sundae, man, and it fucking tastes like cherry sundae, dude. Like fucking Spartan kicked that motherfucker, dude.
They're
'Cause I
adding
couldn't
terps
smoke
to
that
everything.
fake shit, dude.
just
Yeah.
adding terps to everything.
They even-
Oh,
there was one
Botanical terpenes.
There was one time I know
They're
that,
not even like, you know what I mean. It's botanical terpenes. It's
Yeah.
not even weed derived. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
no, they're just throwing shit in.
It's just for flavor.
Yeah.
Throwing- And that's the thing is, I was even told
Spray packs.
they were doing a thing.
Yeah, gross. Didn't like
one
it.
of my friends went there, and they even told her that they would use the same weed. Says they were selling something, and it was just getting. They would use the same weed and then just put different botanical terpenes on it. But it
Yeah.
would be the same weed, and then they charge a little bit extra.
and that shit tastes so strong, man. Like you don't even know.
I
Like,
tried-
It's all you taste is that fucking fake synthetic.
I tried it a
Yeah,
couple times,
and then
I
it
was
just,
like,
it just ruins it.
Yeah, I don't like vape. You know, I don't. So like, it's not. I quit smoking. Never picked up the vape. Like my homie fucking he fucking picked up the vape cart to quit
Yeah.
smoking. I quit it all. So I don't fucking like if I wanted to vape, I'd vape, right? Like I
Yeah.
could go buy. I go down to I go to Flames in South Dakota, man, or down in Verm, and I'd get all these fucking whatever the fuck they sell, man. If I wanted to vape, dude.
Yeah.
So to put that fake ass shit on weed is just stupid to me. And then people sit there and say, "Oh, well, it's popular here and it's popular there." Man, fucking, I ain't never had
Well, it's
anyone hit me up
popular
and say, "Hey, you got any of
it's
them fucking
popular-
fake shit?"
It's
Yeah.
popular amongst uneducated people,
Yeah,
like people who just don't know
yeah.
that there's better shit out there.
It's a niche. It's a niche market in a fucking in a large market, right? Like that shit'll pass in L.A. because fucking people don't know it better. But
yeah,
you fucking the 10,000. You can't do that shit, and
you can't get away with
it's
it.
terrible.
You can't
get
just
away with
spray terps on something and get rid of it anymore because there's too much beautiful shit out there that
But they
people
had
see.
they had the leg
Yeah,
up,
and they
being able to
know
open
that
when
they know
did.
that there's a higher quality to be had.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, this will taste like strawberries, but fucking who gives a
Well,
shit?
we only got
It's
weed.
not supposed to.
we only got one jar of weed from them, and that was terrible.
They had the leg up by getting open as early as they did.
Yeah,
that's what did it.
That was a
is-
big win.
It was a bit of a push,
Dude,
but
Props for making it a reality.
anyone,
you know?
they yeah, for sure. For anyone who wanted it, they fucking just fucking Nug MD, man. It was crazy, dude. You fucking
it.
put your shit into it. 15 minutes later, some motherfuckers calling you, dude.
I refused. I
it was
refused.
fake.
I wouldn't.
It was
I
like,
wouldn't do it. I waited
is this
until
shit real?
I waited until my doctor at the fucking hospital prescribed
For real,
it.
right.
And
You-
I was one of like 8 people that she allowed to get weed because I smoked weed my whole life. She knew
Right.
that. I've always been honest with my family doctor. She knew that. And I've been in there sober before. I've gone in there completely sober, 100%. And I'm a fucking mess, dude. Like I'm literally like a shaking fucking leaf. And so she's seen the difference between me smoking weed and she knows that I'm not smoking weed because it's a fucking party or you know. I mean, yeah, it's fun, sure, but I'm smoking weed because without weed, I can't function. I cannot function in the regular world without marijuana.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people like that, man.
Yeah.
We were just chilling with someone last night. Same way, man. Like he smokes copious amounts of weed to deal with the bullshit of the world. You know what I mean? Like
I used to be one of those conspiracy theory fucking dudes and all that, and I stopped watching the news because I was so fucking high anxiety all the fucking time, dude. Well, they're hitting you with panic all the fucking time. It's panic over this, panic over that, panic over. Man, show me a fucking do some Ron Burgundy shit. Show me a fucking squirrel riding fucking skis and shit behind a little tiny fake boat. Make fucking something, man. Why do I gotta go to bed every night scared? What the fuck good does that do?
I used to sell insurance and investments, and like it was funny because we had it was when there's fucking stock market fucking shit and like doom and gloom in the markets and shit, right? And whenever they're pumping that shit, like you could go back. We used to have this fold out paper of Time magazine, right? And it like fucking every fucking it's cyclical, fucking right? Like doom and gloom dates back the same fucking message all the way back to the fucking like the 1960s for Time magazine, man. It's just like it's nothing but doom and gloom all the way. That's all they tell you. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking, you're never gonna make it. You know what I mean? Fucking
no, yeah, we're all about to die constantly all the time. Why? Stop that.
Right. Like,
anything could possibly happen.
Your money's not gonna last forever. You're gonna be broke when you're dying.
Yeah, but everybody's broke once they're dead.
Right.
You don't get shit.
Right.
I've been there fucking once. I gave a high five to the Grim Reaper one time. I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, how you doing? And you know what? All the stuff that you're worried about, everything you give a shit about, all the stuff that keeps you up at night, all of it fucking goes away. Like literally right before fucking the lights start to go out, it's all fucking wonderful. It's like, fuck it, everybody's gonna be fine. And you just
hit that fuck.
You're like, you just get this feeling of euphoria, and you're like, everything's gonna be all right. No more of the stress. All that shit goes away.
Right.
All the worries, all the bullshit goes away.
Were we supposed to get hit by asteroids like 4 times already?
I mean, we probably, some hit some places. I mean, over in Ukraine.
I'm pretty sure once a week I see something pop up.
Not Ukraine, but like Siberia and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
Siberia had like 20 miles of fucking forest or some shit like that.
Just think about how much shit has to hit oceans.
Nobody lived there.
Like, and maybe not fucking sizable asteroids or some shit, but aren't those called meteorites?
Little meteorites,
yeah. Meteorites. Some of that shit has to hit the fucking, like, there's so much surface area in the ocean, Antarctica, the poles, like, you know what I mean? The populated planet is fucking significantly smaller.
But then you take it back to like 12,000 years ago when most shit was frozen and people lived on a coast that doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
We don't explore that shit at all.
Dude, fucking...
You go out miles from the coast, pretty much anywhere you can find little signs of fucking past shit, but nobody wants to fucking talk about it.
Right.
Because it doesn't agree with what they say.
I've been digging into some of that shit. Most of it came on the Joe Rogan podcast and shit, dude. the shit about the Younger Dryas theory.
Graham Hancock.
Dude,
big fan.
Yes.
Big fan of Graham Hancock.
Dude, that shit you get like
that podcast will get you hooked.
I bought one of his books before he was on one of the books before he was on Rogan.
Yeah.
I bought one of his books.
Yeah, that shit's nuts, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's there if you look type shit, right?
That's just it.
And they don't want to look.
The only reason I'm so intrigued with it is because that's a belief that I've had since I was like a fucking freshman in high school. I always believed, because they found remains of like 200,000 years old remains of people, and I'm like, well, fuck you. There's no fucking way we've been picking berries and throwing fucking stones for fucking 200,000 years, and then one day we're just like, man, wouldn't this be a lot easier if we all just lived in big groups?
Right.
Fuck you, dude.
And
it all lines up with like 11,600 years ago. There was a big something happened, and you get the story of Atlantis. Every tribe around the world, every group has a story of the Great Flood, and it all fucking.
Right.
And it was a great flood for everybody because everybody lived on the fucking coast.
Right.
So it seemed like the world was destroyed because all the coastal things were destroyed.
Right.
It's fucking
They actually found bones. They were like 8 to 10 foot tall bones. Buddy was telling me about this.
Giants and shit. Yeah,
the Giants in Nevada. It was
Yeah.
out in Lovelock. They found it was like 8 to 10 foot fucking bones. Then they covered it up. Smithsonian covered it up with something.
Right.
Like
Show you an 8-foot bone.
Like
Boom! How you like me now? All right, we should take a break, dude. We got to fucking go smoke again. We got to go smoke again. I haven't smoked in like, I feel like it's been at least a half hour, and I can't take that.
Sesh it up.
Yeah, we got to go smoke. We'll be right back. Boom. All right, we're back. By the way, like, subscribe, share with your friends. We didn't get time for that.
your grandma's cat.
Yeah, because we're not
Neighbor's
focused for
cat.
some reason. I don't know. We're kind of scatterbrained. I don't really get why. But, you know, we're here. We're doing stuff. We're still with fucking Eugene. Eugene is loud on Instagram, by the way. If you want to check that out.
Check it out.
Yep. Get on there. Look at it.
Content regularly.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Lots of content.
everybody in the beginning, man, was always about, we want transparency, man. And I've been fucking showing the grows every week, fucking since August 15th, man.
Yeah, that's one
Yeah.
thing. Is when you have that social media platform, you got to stay consistent on it.
Yeah.
Even just little things like that. Even
We're
the
just
little-
starting out, so get off my back, man. Jesus.
Yeah, we like,
You can suck my nuts.
I like having,
Wait, what were we talking about? What's going on?
about the flapjacks that are about to drop.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like we you know, we've been, you know, one of the big things is obviously is everybody wants to know what's coming, what's next, what are you growing, you know, and we've done a really good job of pheno hunting and finding cultivars that, you know, we get hyped up about and you know, so we've done very well at letting people know when those things are dropping, where they're dropping, you know, because like if I want to smoke it, man, I want y'all to know which ones to get. Like I've always been very transparent in that, man. Probably more than some of the owners want me to be lying.
I don't want to know what you think is going to sell. I want to know what your personal favorite is.
Yeah, what's
what
good.
you're excited
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, you made this. What do
You're
you like?
growing
Yes.
it. What,
Yeah.
what
I
do
give
you see that
honest-
you're like, I can't wait.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Yes, and we like letting everyone know that shit.
The frozen fuel, actually, the name on that described it well.
You know, wait till you
it
see-
actually matched. It had oddly had like a cool.
It's I call it when I call it a wintergreen OG.
Yeah,
It's like a wintergreen OG. The soil version of it's gonna be like that, but thicker, richer flavor. Like
Nice.
it's the longest. That's the strain I've grown longer than anything, and the only reason that I fucking it's for potency, man. Is that shit? It's just really good potent weed, and it's not even in soil. It's not the terpiest, man. It's like the flavor's not overpowering. It's just got a decent,
But
good
it's nice,
flavor.
though.
Oh, it's
But
it's
good.
It's shiny.
Yes.
It's shiny. It's
Gorgeous pot,
beautiful, dude.
Yes.
It's a nice smoke through the whole
Beautiful.
thing, too. Doesn't matter
Yes.
what you're smoking. You get that little bit through the whole thing.
Yep.
Like I was saying, sometimes you get halfway through that joint and you're just like, I don't know about this.
Right,
you know,
pitching
just-
it out.
Yeah, but no, that one did really good. That one
Nice.
did really good. That one was impressive.
Yeah, I'm that breeder is honestly THC Titan. He's probably the reason that I grow, man. He's my inspiration, like the Grape Rock Candy Banana Buttercup to be actually growing the pot that motivated me to start growing is fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, that's
Sweet.
got to be like the end of a journey. You know.
Nah.
How'd you get into the
End of a
marijuana?
chapter.
How'd you get into the marijuana industry?
Man, into the industry.
Yeah, like at all.
So we actually my wife and I started a garden store. I don't know, it was around COVID time, I think, somewhere around there. We had a garden store kind of we started up right before Fruits of Freya did.
Okay.
And we were doing our thing, selling just for the growers, for the home growers and gardeners.
Where did you start up at? Vermilion?
Sioux Falls.
Oh, Sioux Falls.
Yeah, we were up in Sioux
Okay.
Falls. We just moved down to Vermilion here in like April.
Okay.
So
Nice.
we had a garden store up there, and we would sell to the medical growers. Obviously traditional market people coming in there, and
Yeah.
and then lots of backyard box, raised bed gardeners and stuff like that. We'd help them out. People doing a lot of like tomatoes, peppers in containers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually met Ned Horsted there and helped him out with a couple things. and the 605 Cannabis they came with an offer. We were talking back probably, I don't know, it was a little before now. We were talking, I almost went to 605, but then there was just some things that I wasn't going to, like I wouldn't sign, no competes and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
So I was like, nope. I said, once I find out there's a no compete, I was
What's
like,
a no compete?
basically says that you can't leave here and go work at anywhere else in the industry for a year.
Oh, you can't work with any of our competitors.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not going to sign that. And I asked them to rescind my name from consideration.
Yeah, because
And-
they're basically asking, hey, can we own your ass for a year?
For sure. And they're
Or
going to
up
massive.
to a
and
year
they're
after
going
you quit?
You know, you're looking at a massive facility. You know, like 150, 350 light rooms is a big. It's a big job. You know.
Mhm.
So and Ned hit me up like 2 or 3 weeks later, and told me there was a different opportunity down in Vermilion, that smaller operation, smaller company, probably wouldn't be a no compete down there. And so I reached out to them. We'd been in the garden store this is our second year of the garden store. We started up. So the weed shit all came to fruition last year, which was year 2 of the garden store. So we maintained that, and I sold insurance on the side of that. So I was like, we kind of
nice.
wearing all these hats and shit. And then
Nice hustle.
I got introduced to D&G around this time. I bet you this is about the time that I went on the first tour through the D&G facility. And I started with them August 15th after I went through there, and like, you know, it was just obvious. Like, I knew instantly that I could help these people out tremendously. So I told them that confidently, that, and then, you know, they gave me, basically, I drew every line in the sand that I could, because I sold insurance for 12 years, right? So I didn't need to do this. Like, it was no thing. I didn't need to start cultivating. I didn't need to join anybody. I was making a living doing my thing before, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I didn't need this, so I drew every line in the sand imaginable to not get the job. And then fucking shit, man, it went on. We didn't even think I was gonna get the motherfucker for a while, man. Like, it was like, I was like, God damn, they ever gonna fucking call back? And I'm thinking to myself, like they have to call back. Like, there's no reason why they wouldn't. Like, they need help. Like, and finally got the call. I was on my way home from selling some insurance one night, and I got the phone call from Josh, and he wanted to informally congratulate me, and they sent me the letter and hooked it up. And
Nice.
I went on with them because they gave me everything that I asked for. You know, I refused to grow in rock wool because, you know, we were an organic garden store, kind of like Fruits of Freya, right? So like, rock wool's trash for the planet. Like, you bury a fucking, if you filled this room full of rock wool and buried it, it'd be here 20,000 fucking years later when the fucking Sumerian race comes back.
What the fuck? Why?
Because
what is that shit?
It's fucking spun rock, man. It's like, it's not decomposable. Like, it can't be composted. That shit, like, you can fucking, it's trash, right? Like, or you could probably burn the fucking shit. But I never even tried to burn it. I don't know if you can burn it.
So I'm gonna build my monument out
Can
of.
someone look that up? Can you burn
BK?
rock wool?
BK?
I'm gonna build a giant monument to myself out of that.
So I refuse to grow
I'm
in
gonna
that
have
shit,
that all
right?
set up,
Like,
and I'm gonna bury it.
because we're like, I said I'd grow in cocoa, and, you know, Athena, they were going to Athena, so like, you know, whatever, we'll rock that. And then I really banked on myself, you know.
What's it say, BK?
Cannot burn, and which can stand temperatures up to 1,000 degrees.
Man.
So why not fill a
1,000
fucking
Celsius.
so why not fill a
Beautiful.
grow facility with that? Where's all that? So everybody in the state, man, I'm calling y'all out. You hear that shit, man? Every rock wool chunk that you fucking grow in will be here for fucking ever.
It's not going away.
Forever.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
So where are you going with all that shit? The landfill? That you know, so
Yeah. It'll be here longer than people have been here.
yeah, dude, that's just gonna outlive every single
this
one of my
stuff.
ancestors. You know what I mean? Like, the alien race will learn to fucking how to grow weed from, oh, it must have grown weed in this shit. Fucking
And then it'll plague them.
yeah. So that was a big thing for me. But I did decide that I'd grow in Athena, and we started rocking with the Athena, you know. And the first run,
I couldn't.
But that's how I got.
Sorry, that was open.
That's
a
kind of
little
how I
bit,
got
it
in
looked
there,
like.
right? So that's
we
kinda
party.
That's kind of how I got there. It all started from owning the garden store and helping out Ned Horsted with some medical grows.
You said something about in the last interview something about starting with just 5 clones.
5 strains.
5 strains.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
1,000 fucking clones. I killed 700 of those motherfuckers too. Right?
Whoa.
Right when they came in too. Yeah. So, but yeah. So we started with 5 strains, man. And they were originally going to be 2-tier facility, super short plants.
Yep.
And I'm like,
I've been
man,
seeing those.
but like we had 14-foot ceilings, right? So like that's not that wasn't going to work. So I got everything switched over to single tier. And it worked out to chop all those clones down to get rid of all the fucking unhealthy bad clones, man. I was just pitching shit, and kept all the strong ones. We only needed like 150, maybe probably it's like 150, 175 for the room. I think it was like 150. We only needed 150 clones to fill the room. So then I just fucking kept back the moms and started seed hunting right away. So we filled that room with those clones once they got big.
Yeah.
And then we've been pheno hunting since then. So
Damn. Right off.
yeah, we're actually finished. So
Soon as you got
the original
started.
5 were the gushers, the permanent marker, the animal mint decushnments.
Permanent marker is the one that we missed out. That's the one we missed out on.
That was the first one I fucking
I
killed.
missed out on
Dude,
that.
that permanent marker was a hit.
I
Dude,
missed out on it. I'm so sad.
No, that was a hit.
Dude, we've heard that. Like I've heard such good
That was
reviews on the
poppin',
permanent
dude.
marker.
The permanent
man.
marker was so good. That was nice. When I first grabbed that one, he opened it. It had a permanent marker fucking smell to it.
Right.
Yeah, it was
Just had
fantastic.
It had
Right.
a tang to it. And you're like,
Yeah,
man,
she thought that too.
a
Yeah.
little bit, dude. That shit's
Yeah.
smack, dude. That one was real nice actually.
Yep. And
That one, I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
Big
then we
fan.
had Gelato 41 decushnments, and then biscotti, and I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, biscotti. I never got to try
No,
that.
that only
either.
went west. There is a batch of it coming here. That's dropping for the July drop.
Nice.
Yep. It's kind of a fucking. It's not anything. It's the terp's not what I expected from. It's kind of real burnt rubbery terp.
Okay.
I expected more fucking, fucking fruity
gas-
shit.
little
fruity
fruit.
and gassy.
Yeah.
There's some gas there, dude, but it's more like a burnt rubber fucking gas.
Yeah.
But that's actually, and then we have the Gelato 41 Cushmints, which will be the very last. We got one table of that. It's the very last of those original 5 cuts that'll get ran. I've eliminated all of them from the facility.
Wow.
And we've hunted all new stock. We probably got, we ain't like Pure Bliss quite yet with like 100 strains. They've flipped 100 strains in there. But we're probably around 40.
Dude, they're crazy with it though,
That's
man.
insane,
Like,
man.
holy
Like that's a
cow.
lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Props, but that's
For sure,
nuts.
it's a lot of work. It's crazy because we've done 45 and it's been fucking chaos.
Yeah. They've done and double that, add 10.
Crazy, man.
Why?
Well, you've been doing good though.
Small batch though, you know what I mean? Because like 10,000 people, dude. Like you can only put out elite cuts regularly. Because otherwise, like if it's not like people are waiting for that next batch, then you can't drop it often enough. So I think that because of the size of the market, it's going to have a higher demand on cultivators to keep strain selection rocking, and selection matters, man. Because you want to have 30 killers, not fucking. You don't want to be fucking hunting.
You don't want to have one good
Yeah.
one and then
Right.
5 or
Yeah.
10 that are just, well, that's that.
Right.
But I got this though.
Hope
Right.
people
No.
pick your good
Just
one.
getting comfortable because you fucking we got them, let's rock them, because it's dangerous to try something new, right? Like especially people who've had seed problems before, that's probably why Pure Bliss had issues with seeds is because of how much pheno hunting. Like when you got all those strains going on and you're pheno hunting that much, man, that shit's more likely to happen, and that's why probably a lot of these people who have less catalog, right? Maybe they're sitting there with their 10 strains like, oh shit, well, if we can hunt packs, but fuck, man, hunting seeds in the cultivation facilities, like only the bold do that shit, man.
Yeah.
Most people are just rocking clones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got seeds in an 8 and 2 pre-rolls from them, and that was before 420.
The pre-roll
And I-
should get caught by the dispo.
I told him I was like, I'm not.
Sure.
Yeah.
I told him I was like, I'm not gonna,
That was-
mess with them until they had a special drop coming for 420.
Wasn't that Pure
And I
Bliss
started
and
messing
King of
with them
Relief?
again, and they've been fine ever since.
I think that was Pure Bliss and King of Relief before before recently, because I know at first when I got some Pure Bliss, there was some beaners in there every time. Every time. That was one thing.
When it first started coming
and then
up,
I was only grabbing them for
what we
Unity
were
too at
getting,
the time.
yeah, and what I got mine in Mitchell.
Yeah, well, before Mitchell was open, I was only buying them in Unity. So when you're paying $19-$20 for a pre-roll and you fucking spark it up to a seed, you're kind of like, well, son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's only 0.7, man.
Yeah.
0.7.
Every now and then you get a couple of nice fat motherfuckers. You know, they look pretty decent. And I was like, okay, that looks right. But still, you can go over to Sioux Falls, get the same thing for like $7 cheaper, $10 cheaper.
Yeah.
And at that point, Superior Buds, they do decent with their pricing.
Right.
Yeah, they try they go as low as they can.
They do decent. I know we got a couple of little half-gram joints. It was like $6.
Right.
It was a little half-gram joint, you know. A couple of them. There was
Dog walkers, they call them.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that. I never heard about that till this dude that I work with, one of the owners, Gary. He's a good guy like him. He's a no bullshit guy, but he called them dog walkers, man.
Hell yeah. Go out, walk the dog, lasts about that long.
That's exactly what that is.
That's genius.
But they do decent there for sure.
Yep.
Back to your cultivating.
Yeah.
Did you go to any kind of school? Like, what steps did you have to take to become a cultivator?
Went to high school, man.
That's it.
I took ag.
He took
ag.
So you starting.
I applied what they taught
shop.
me. I applied what they taught me to corn, to weed.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I did. That's bullshit.
Tomatoes are somewhat
I was
similar.
gonna say, you telling me in the future we're gonna grow fields of
But I
weed?
did. Well, I did take ag. That part was real.
Yeah. Just like a high school class.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just started up the store, and then that was your gateway into.
Yeah.
Cultivating.
I mean, yeah. There's deeper experience
Add
there.
that to the list, people. That's one way to get into it.
Right. Yeah. Start a garden store, man.
Yep. Start a store where you grow stuff
Yep.
and help grow stuff.
Yep.
I know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yep. You gotta know. You gotta know what you're doing.
That's the thing.
You gotta know what you're doing.
Knowledge is a big thing. If you
Yep.
have no knowledge, you're not going to do shit.
Yep, and have another thing for aspiring. Like, goddamn, if you want to be a grower, man, have some buds. Like have something to show somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really tough to get in the market with you can trust me's.
Yeah, I grow something real good. Well,
Yeah,
what you got? Well, but I do.
Yeah.
Well, that
but
and
I do.
if you're growing stuff and it's not there, bring it to somebody and be like, "Hey, can you tell me
Right.
like just by looking at this, do you notice what's wrong with it? Like what I'm doing wrong?" And then you easily help them out, figure it out.
And then these days, you also really got to worry about just straight up appeal.
It's
Just straight
really
up
if you
appeal is
just-
one thing because a lot of people smoke with their eyes. These
If you
days.
genuinely,
for sure.
have the love for it, you can get into it. You know?
you absolutely. And we're in a state where, I mean, it's really going to be good. Like if you were thinking about it, I would literally hone your craft right now, for the next year, 2 years, because it's a really, really competitive state, right? And a lot of these people, some of these motherfucking people took out retirements and, got their families involved and there's family members involved, right? So there's more people vested into this shit than just the people who own it. And eventually because going back all the way to what we were talking about earlier, when, the face of the market is completely changed from a year ago, right? The top 4 companies then are nowhere. They're who was the best year ago, right? Like DNS was out there. It was DNS 605. God, who was out there?
Badlands was out there, yeah.
Yeah,
Badlands ran the cart game.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of cultivators. There was Pure Bliss there was Pure Bliss.
King of Relief was one of the earlier
King of Relief.
Yeah.
Got Dakota Herb. So
there was a couple of those. I forgot. Yeah,
right.
There was a couple of those.
You got those companies like that, but now none of those guys are almost Pure Bliss is really the only one that's probably relevant still today.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
think
gonna say I haven't heard of the other ones.
I don't see King of Relief that much anymore.
No,
not at all.
Their flour was terrible.
Yeah,
so you're gonna have companies like those, right? So you got your top 4 or 5 companies. Your top 2 or 3 are gonna make good money, right?
For sure.
Your top 2 or 3 for sure. The market's big enough in Sioux Falls, so top 2 or 3 are gonna do all right. 4 and 5, 6, they're gonna get by and stay relevant enough to try and make a move probably through the top 5 cultivators, right? But once you get through like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and in a small market where you like, you know what I mean? Like you have to have a big market share to make money in the state.
I'm saying if in South Dakota, if you got 10 cultivators together, and the difference between 1 and 10 is significant, you're either gonna have to sell in a specific place.
Exactly. So you're gonna sell, or you're gonna have to make tough decisions and say, hey, you know what, man? I love what you've been trying to get going for us, but it's just not working out. We got to find a guy who can come in here and make us relevant, right? Like,
yeah, you got to make some noise.
And if people, those opportunities would come up in a year or two when shit's really on the line. Because right now, people's egos are still like thinking that they can be fucking like, if you ain't top 3 or 4 right now, man, I think you're in trouble. But there's I guarantee you there's some 5 and 6s in there that think they're going to be fucking able to make a force.
Well, and there's some people that haven't even started yet that could potentially be
for sure.
a force.
And there's going to be startups there. So like, I would just hone your craft, make sure you log your shit somehow, man, and fucking have buds, dude. Because if you don't have buds, like,
that's the thing. Yeah,
pictures are one thing. You know what I mean?
If you can't keep your weed on the shelves, people are going to venture other places because they're going to need it when it's not there. They're going to try somebody else's shit.
Yep.
And you got to keep it on the shelves. Yeah.
Yep. So there's going to be chances. I think there's a lot of opportunity. I mean, if you grow good bud now and you want in the industry, I think that there's opportunities also.
So if we're talking, because he was interested in like, how much does it cost to become a cultivator? And
I know that I mean, that 5,000.
It's not that it's not really that.
All you really have to do to become a cultivator is grow weed. That's it. Yeah. If you at home,
plant count,
you get advice, you improve your craft, you get better, and then you show a place what you can do. You're like, here, I got these 2 or 3 strains. These are what I did. They'll be like, okay, come see what you can do with our stuff, and you'll get an opportunity like that.
It can work like that.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
It can. I would, it goes back to like fucking, like you mentioned your age earlier. So you're 90s kid probably, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So like you knew fucking like getting a job in the 90s, man. Like if I apply for fucking a job at a restaurant, right? I'm gonna fucking put my application in on Monday. And I'm going to call back Tuesday and ask if somebody had a chance to take a look at it. And I'm going to call back next day and ask if someone had a chance. And I'm just going to
I ask if somebody looked at it, and if they don't know, then I ask them when the manager's going to be there.
Yeah, and you always keep calling back.
Yep. Got to be consistent.
Right.
Got to show a little bit of drive.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You get a lot of people, especially these days, you get a lot of people that start something, go with it, and then they're like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Right.
Yep, no, I'm good. I fucked it up once. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Right.
Yep, I get a lot of that.
Yep. So get your shit out there. There's just gonna be opportunities, man, and put your shit in. Because they're always gonna want the resume in no matter what. So like, I just went to Google Apps and downloaded some fucking stupid resume.
I had to do a resume recently, and I did
Thank
one.
God for technology.
I did one that like Microsoft Word had preset. I don't even know if it was worth a shit, but.
Yeah, it's fucking.
That's what I used to throw together. Dude, I haven't done a resume since right after high school.
Especially for these weeds. Most of these places, man, all they have to have is the fucking thing in the file, man.
Yeah, they just need it for paperwork.
They didn't even.
It's just paperwork.
Yeah.
It's just paperwork.
It's got to be in the file.
Yeah.
So put the resume in, right? Go do that shitty ass fucking resume builder. fucking and download that, and then get your just fucking print that shit off or send it to fucking all of the fucking places. So then they have it, and then you can just harass people. Right. And obviously, like if you're active in the market, like if you're looking for it, you're active in the market. Like, you think it, so you know who sucks and who don't suck. So look at who sucks first. Like look at the bottom 5, who's close around you, who can you like needs help. Right. Like fucking
start there. If you think you're growing stuff better than they're putting on the shelf,
start there.
I mean, go ahead and see, and then see what they require, see what they ask of you after that. I guess.
Yes, because there's people hiring.
You got to have the balls to get your foot in the door.
Yeah, but tender jobs too.
They're not going to come. They're not going to come find you.
Good doorway.
Yeah, they're not going to come find you because you grew a couple ounces of some real dank shit. They're not going to come find you.
Not unless you have a cut. Yes, right. If you have a cut, if the nose leads them to you, man, by God.
Yeah, if you have a steady strain that everybody seems to be fanatic about, and you can repeat it over and over again.
Yeah, so you
that would that will eventually draw attention, but it's better to go to them if you really want to get into it.
Yeah, if you go to a tattoo artist, dude, and he ain't got no book of tattoos, motherfucker, you gonna let him fucking tat your shit up.
I did once, didn't turn out well.
Yeah.
I did twice, didn't turn out well, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
You said you grew up in the Midwest. Where in the Midwest?
Sibley, Iowa, man. Like, basically, probably, I bet you Sibley is almost directly 1 hour east of here.
Okay.
Oh, no shit.
Okay.
Yep. We moved up here in 2009, 2008, 2009, 2008, to cage fight. I was cage fighting back in the day.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then, we moved up here to train at Next Edge Academy. And we've been up here since then in Sioux Falls area. Then we were in Sioux Falls for like a year and a half, and then we moved to T for 12 years, and then
T,
and then down to here, and that's why the much love for the tea tree too.
Yeah,
Well, the tea tree also has great prices. They are very particular of which strains they decide to sell.
We get top dollar for, like, I believe, I'm very confident that we get top dollar for most of our elite pot. Like,
well, yes, but what I like about Tea Tree is they have the price on the TV, not the price of what it is, and then the tax comes on and that's how much you're going to pay out of pocket.
Right.
Like one of them said
it's an out the door price.
Yeah, one of them said $40 and it came to, with tax, it came to $39.77.
Yep.
For one of the strains that we got. And that's fucking thank you, because I don't want to fucking be doing math while I'm picking out weed.
We probably get the most per pack in our state. For sure. Like we get the most per pack, and what they sell it for, their margin is so fucking commendable, and that's why I just they get crack, whatever they want.
Yeah, but it sells.
It does.
I mean, it sells.
And that's
you want it in your store because
they call us every week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I didn't even know they were there until I went there for the first time.
Yep.
But once I went there, I was like, I can see how you guys are doing pretty good here.
Yep.
Well, they got a nice setup there. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna for sure.
And they enjoy what they do and they're passionate. I mean, they're there every fucking day. It's the same.
And if you don't want to go all the way to Sioux Falls and deal with all the traffic and shit, if you're out of town, I know some people don't like that. It's right there. Nice little spot on the way.
Yeah.
Then you get the people in Ken, which I know it's more south of Sioux Falls yet, but
or in cases like I've had quite a bit, if you're
or you're bombing over here,
you're shooting through. Well, if you're shooting through town and you're not going to make it to fucking Sioux Falls in time, you can stop there and guarantee that you're still going to get high quality shit.
Yep.
And
they've really been working on getting some of the more elite cultivators onto their shelves.
Yes, they're when they find out about something that is really good, high quality, that's when they're like, oh,
yeah, they get excited about that.
Yeah, very excited.
Yep.
And like I said, they were trying to get rare earth forever, but rare earth is rare indeed.
They're real small batch.
They do small batches, and that's just how it goes. Sometimes
down though, some Stay Puffed, man. I'll give them a shout out. Great, man. You
Stay Puffed.
Get some Stay Puffed as a compound cut.
Oh, what's up, dude?
Yeah, it looks really nice.
I want to hang out with the Marshmallow Man, dude. I'm down.
It looks really good.
I'm totally down.
And I'm guessing that'll be at all of his normal retailers. I don't know. I'll hit him up and shoot you guys, let you know if he's gonna be at the Tea Tree or Superior or anything like that.
Yeah,
but
I know he sells a green light over there. He's doing a lot of stuff West River right now.
Yeah.
So Superior does have a lot of pre-rolls.
I mean, unfortunately for us, West, so Superior has.
They have a lot of pre-rolls.
Superior, okay. I'll tell you what I like about Superior. Their prices are acceptable. Their selection, I go in there twice a week, and they always have new things to show me.
Yeah,
and that matters. Fantastic.
Yeah, it has to. Otherwise, who's gonna come back, right?
And I noticed.
Well, and right now, if I had to guess right now, I would say they have maybe 30 different types of pre-rolls, different strains of pre-rolls that you can smoke from several different companies, and they're expanding and getting more stuff all the time. And they donated us this big Uber here. They donated Weed Maps, shout out.
Yeah.
The shirt, nice t-shirt. I know, right? Sweet t-shirt. Feels good.
Yeah, shout out Grower's Choice, man.
Yeah, Grower's Choice.
Yeah.
Shout out. I don't know who they are.
So lighting company. I've been fucking with them guys for how long? I've been using Grower.
Oh, they just do lights?
Yeah. Yep, lights.
Nice way to focus. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, be
we
like-
rocked their we just filled one room with their 720s. We're gonna fill another one with 720s.
All right.
Oh, it's gonna change the game, dude.
See, those are the shout outs I love. See, we only shout out stuff that we use, people that we like.
Yeah.
Cloud9 gets a big shout out too. That's where we got this tapestry right here.
Looks good.
Yeah. And we we got more and stuff, but we're more focused on weed than setting stuff up.
Right.
Yeah. And I only bring my girlfriend with. He doesn't even bring his, dude.
Nah.
So
No.
yeah, not even.
We're gonna go catch
Not
some.
even
We're gonna
another
go
hand
catch
to
some grub
decorate.
after this. We're gonna have a little date after this. Go get some food. somewhere.
See, nice. God, what's that place? Oh God, I want to tell you. Is it called Crave?
Crave,
We
yeah,
did-
Crave.
yeah,
Yeah,
Crave's good.
Crave is decent. I went there
Crave
the
is.
first time.
I mean, for
Dude,
for two
Sioux
people,
Falls
Crave is just
really underrated for
wonderful.
food.
They are.
Yeah.
Dude, there's so much good food. in
Y'all been to the
Sioux Falls.
attic?
I have not.
Attic?
I haven't.
Try the attic.
attic.
Have we been to the attic?
What the hell is the attic?
It's like a barn grill.
Yeah, it's a bar
Oh,
grill.
nice.
It's nice. I went.
Okay, that's what it
I go
sounds
there a
like.
couple times. They got a decent menu.
Yeah, dude. There's
They got
so
some
much.
good
Every
good
now and
food.
then you hear a name like that, and you're like, sounds like a pub.
But there
And you're
are,
like, it's a fancy steak restaurant. Okay,
Isn't there a
And you're
dress code in the attic?
Shit.
I don't think so. No.
I don't know.
Is that a
'cause-
21st Amendment?
Well, I don't know if there is a dress code anywhere. I probably won't be showing up there because I
They'll throw
dress
the insurance.
I
suits
dress
on.
comfy casual. I dress comfy casual all the time.
Right.
Yeah. After once
Vermilion.
once you almost drop dead, dude, you
Mitchell's
get a
not got
whole
lot of
different
options.
view on
we got
everything.
a couple. I work at a good place. We got a couple options, but
Right.
other than there's about two or
Yeah,
three
what's
good
up? No
ones.
free promo for where you work, dude?
Shout out Cattleman's.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're good. Yeah, Cattleman's.
Oh, that's
And
that's
if
the
you're
steakhouse,
gonna
right?
give anybody crap for your cook smoking weed, just know that every time you've ever said this is the best steak I've ever had, it was cooked by somebody who was on some kind of drug and most likely weed. Because
But
I was a cook for 25 years, and we used to hear that weekly, if not a few times a week. People would come back. It was the best steak I've ever had in my life, and we were torched the whole time. We just know what we're doing. And then those same
Nothing
guys.
special.
Those same guys that love those steaks are the ones that are like, weed's the devil. And it's like, dude, it's bringing you delicious
No,
steak.
Right.
they got Cattleman's. They got Ruby's. Ruby's does decent. They got,
Ruby's is a cool date place, too.
Mexican
They have
places.
a killer salad bar, dude.
Right.
They got a
Yeah.
couple. I got a couple Mexican places there.
El Columpio.
Columpio.
I don't
Mexican
care.
food?
I
Yeah.
pronounce it how I
Dude,
pronounce
Mexican
it.
spots are good.
Dude, that's
You get an andale burrito there. Get a andale burrito.
I fucking love Mexican
man.
restaurants, man.
Man.
Except the one in Vermilion. Literally, we went there and it was literally like filled with all the waitresses were college like USD chicks, and it's like, what the fuck is this, man? Like that was off. Threw me
Yeah.
off there first. I should have known. And then the food came out and it sucked.
Yeah.
And then the new place, they fucking got shut down. They were open for like a day. And Sontag's food that he had from there, it smelled. He made it at work. Oh, shout out to Jizzy Sinatra. But he fucking this
Oh, is it
fucking
after
Mexican food. It was
autofocus?
so good, dude.
Hold this.
Hold up,
Keep
autofocused off here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the camera's been
No, they got a couple
going
good
out of
places.
focus, but you guys have been on such a roll that I'm just
No,
I was trying
they got the
to
Mexican places.
adjust it and get it myself, but
Just hand it.
oh, it was there for a second.
Is it going back?
Not quite. No,
You-
it just went back to. Oh, it focuses there when you put your hand on it. Okay, there it is.
All
There
right.
it is.
Golden.
There it is.
Told you,
Alright.
I'm like Jesus.
Sorry.
I'm like
I knew
Jesus
I
now.
fixed
Little,
That's
little
that's
technical
yeah.
difficulty.
I went to college
Lord.
for a semester, man. I know what I'm doing.
That's a perfect segue into the next question.
Yeah, exactly. You said that you have a partner. Who is your partner?
That is fantastic. You asked that, man. That's my good homie, Quest for Terpy Highs.
Okay.
He's absolutely. It was really huge for me to be able to put him on when I got the gig at D&G, and then the moment like when it's obviously it took me a couple runs, right, for them to fucking put the trust into building the facility around me, right. You gotta make sure you got your guy.
Yeah.
But then
Wait, hold on. Just pause for one second. How was that stress
terrible.
about being the
Terrible.
dude?
It's terrible.
And everybody breathing down your neck.
Oh,
Like,
it's terrible.
hey, how's it going, buddy? All the time.
Yeah, 'cause there
You're
was
just like, oh.
Well, I was working. It was all by myself, right? And then the every once in a while, if there was super heavy workload, Quest would come in and help out. And then I knew that once I was gonna be able to get some help, that I was gonna ask for him, right? So like you're either gonna, and it would let me know where my position is in the company, kind of, right?
Yeah.
So like if you're gonna bring my guy in, you're gonna build around me. Otherwise, like bring somebody in that I can learn from, right?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. Like make it a clear cut. It's either my team or I'm learning from someone who's way better than me.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. And then everything
either
just
building or improving. Yeah.
right.
Yep.
And everything kind of worked out where, the first drop it didn't really gain much traction, which was all right because we just kind of dropped it out there. We sold it and nobody said not much about it. But then I really got hyped up with some of the cuts that came in that pheno hunt. Really, really, really was hyped about the Stomper drop. And that's when kind of things started really rolling for me. After that, and then to back it up with the second drop, and then the LaMelo hit, and like it's kind of snowballed a little bit. I almost like it's been crazy. It's been a fun run, and once I was able to get him in here, that was huge to me because
how many runs have you done?
I think we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 or 5 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And he's been there in the shadows, and he's a big pheno hunter. He's just started getting like a lot of the stuff is actually like from him, like the GRC to BBC is his those were his seeds. So like he's contributed immensely. But
so
now,
he is like he's personally invested.
He's a genetic bloodhound. Yes.
But he's personally invested. He has given what you would call your babies.
Yes, he's personally vested on like with way more skin in the game than like D&G. Like I kind of overshadow the fucking like everybody. Fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I kind of overshadow the company and fucking.
Well, yeah, you're a big personality, man.
Yeah. And he's like so important behind the scenes because this dude, he grinds. He's the first dude in the building every single day, man. He's always in there. He's always walking through the rooms, checking plants, making sure fucking that rooms don't herm.
I couldn't imagine wanting to do
without him,
else,
dude.
Man.
Yeah, dude. Without that dude, man, this journey would be absolutely incomplete for me. So it's absolutely awesome, and he's getting some stuff that he's bringing to market here, which is going to start, allowing him to kind of build his brand a little bit, which is huge because, there's not a lot of. You aren't going to get as rich as people think in this industry. So for him
shouldn't be about the money.
Right.
You shouldn't get into this industry going, I'm going to become a millionaire.
Nope. And that's where people make misconceptions, right? So
you're going to work a lot.
You're never going to have a day off.
Because you're going to work constantly. If you have a day off, there's going to be consequences.
No weekends off, no fucking like it's a grind, what I mean? And between him and I, he's always, man, we've taken a combined total days of probably 5 or 6 days off since March. It's a lot of long consecutive days in a row. But for him to build his brand, that's going to be important for these opportunities that we talked about earlier, right?
Yep.
For people to get into, right? So he's for whether he's going to ride it out with D&G till the end, we don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, cause he's fully capable of doing his thing. You know what I mean? So if he wants to go on, wants to learn and do and get better, and bounce and go to a place where he can make more money, where he can take over complete control of it.
I feel it's too early to bounce, though.
Oh, he ain't gonna leave anytime soon.
Yeah, you guys are on the way up right now, as far as I'm concerned, with your quality of buzz
but down
and
the road,
like that.
remember, like 2 years from now,
whenever he gets bored, If
Yeah,
you
and he'll
start to
never
not
do that
love
because
it,
we don't ever stop pheno hunting. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So he's got the flapjacks coming. That is absolutely. He's got two strains that are coming here on this next drop: a flapjacks and a French toast.
that son of a bitch.
Yep, and they're going to be absolutely killer, man. And that's going to start.
that French
He's gonna
toast.
make
Yeah,
me,
I
dude,
told
he's
him-
gonna make me fat as
Dude,
fuck off and
he
just smoking weed.
He should absolutely be fucking plugging these things on IG because they're fucking gorgeous. But the flapjacks were so fucking insane, dude. And like nobody,
I respect
nobody
them.
knows they're coming.
I
I'm like,
respect the humble grind. I
Dude,
respect the humble grind.
he's-
Just doesn't need the recognition. He's just gonna put it out in the world.
He's nervous. He's nervous that like he's nervous to drop some of these strains. I think.
Nah, don't be, man. Don't be. It's the perfect time.
Well,
It's
we dropped this purple rhino piss, which he's mad at me. He thinks it sucks. Sorry, brother. It's like it ain't that bad. The soils will bring it out.
Yeah.
But he was nervous it was gonna hurt him, and we didn't have any issues with it.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So as his confidence gets, and he just dropped about fucking 60 more fucking beans, maybe 90, because he's got a 60 bean cat eye coming, which is a GG4 Gorilla Glue for real, which is a recombinant inbred line crossed back to the mom. So basically you have an inbred line back to the mom, so you're gonna be able to hunt for outliers again. And then he's got a black watermelon cross he's doing for one of the owners that he's hunting.
Black watermelon.
Oh, dude, he's got some heat coming, man.
What is
he's got a chimera. He's got some chimera coming. Oh, dude, he's a genetic bloodhound. He's integral to our system, man.
What are
Nice.
your guys' limits?
If
for
he
your
leaves,
facility?
y'all gonna have to pay that motherfucker, man. I promise you.
Yeah,
You guys
dude.
pay him.
Somebody. Well,
It ain't
everybody-
about the
thing
money.
is you can't pay for passion. You can pay for a degree. You can
You're
pay
right.
for all the studying, all the schooling, all the experience. You can't pay for somebody who is in it because they don't want to do anything else.
Yes, exactly, dude.
Yeah.
And he's very, very good at what he does. He's a pheno hunting monster, man. Out there grinding like I said, first in the building every day, always there. Until I leave. So he's turning the lights on, shutting the door down. I'm blind as shit, so it's important for him to be there so he can see herms that I can't see in the room. Yeah, he's a checks. Most importantly, though, probably is he's a checks and balances for me, right?
Yeah.
Like he can tell me that I'm wrong, and I value his opinion, right? Like I trust him. I trust when he tells me that something's wrong, to this, do that. This one should be this way. I can trust his opinion, and I can value his opinion. Which
He's somebody you can rely on.
I can rely
Yeah.
on 100%. I can leave the grow to him 100%. I'm very confident in him stepping up if I'm not around. Like last weekend, I had to go out. I was out west at the Meet the Cultivators.
Yep.
It was his show, and I trust that. And that was a big relief because when he came on, I didn't have that before. I was really nervous about leaving the plants even for a day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And because I didn't know for one, I didn't know who was gonna be handling them, who was gonna be touching them, and they didn't.
What if they miss a problem and it gets
Yes,
worse by the
yes.
time you get
Yeah,
back,
and
and then
fucking
it's
whole
out of
thing up.
hand? and then-
Exactly. So having
Yeah.
him there,
I wouldn't
it really is. It really is me and him. Me and him rock it out. We have one dude who helps us out with our batch tanks. But man, plant touching, fucking planning the grows, planning the runs, planning the strains. Man, it's me and him, and we've been good friends for probably about 5 or 6 years. So.
Well, yeah, but it's nice to have somebody
We've
there.
been plotting the takeover.
It's nice to have somebody there calling your bullshit.
Absolutely, dude.
That way you don't slip.
Absolutely.
You got somebody there, keeping you in line, keeping you honest.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
you don't, because it's easy to get surrounded by yes men, people who are just like, oh yeah, it's great, it's fantastic, as long as the money's coming in. They
Oh,
don't
dude,
give a
he's
shit.
the worst one at this too, man. Like to please his weed palate. Fuck. He's a terrible weed.
Fantastic.
Oh, he's a weed snob, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Fantastic.
So
Yeah.
everything. He's like me. Everything sucks.
Yeah.
So if
He keeps cussing me out for that. He's like, everything you fucking try. I'm like, yeah, there's something. I don't.
yeah, dude.
Nah.
I mean, we've the market.
But now there's options though. Back in the day, you ain't have no fucking options.
You're right.
You got whatever
Yeah.
homie down the block had,
Oh,
and that's what
man,
you were
that
smoking for the
sucks.
next 3 weeks until
Yeah.
he's gone. But now there's options, so now that can be a thing.
Yep, for sure.
Oh, and I take full advantage of that shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love to shop around.
Yep, for sure. And he brings a lot. He brings a lot to the table. So he's gonna bring a lot of strains. He pushes us to keep pheno hunting. You know, we just completed a 1-year pheno hunt, man. This motherfucker goes and drops 90 more seeds on me, dude. So keeps us on our toes, and hopefully he can fucking.
I think that's hilarious.
Hopefully he can get out from under the fucking shadow a little bit and create his own brand in the state, so he can fucking, he can go take over a fucking facility somewhere. And,
but I mean, if you two together.
Oh, well, now we're talking. We might.
If you two bounce, I think it has something to do with you two bouncing off of each other, though.
But for sure. But we'd always be there because we're friends. You know what
exactly.
I mean? So like we're good. He ain't, and I know he ain't gonna go far. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's gonna live in his fucking like he got his town that he lives in, and he wants to stay there.
Yeah.
Like he don't want to leave there at all. He's fucking weird about it, dude. But. He wants to stay there, so it would take a lot to pull him away from D&G. But nice. there's different paths for everybody, and if we don't get big enough to where, and it's possible that we don't get big enough to where he can fully do his own thing, right? Because if we only have fucking 3 or 4 rooms, I mean, we could start splitting rooms and shit like that. Like I take 2, he takes 2. That's possible.
Yeah.
But that's. If he wants maybe down the road in 5 years, he wants full creative control of the grow.
You almost got to have somebody with money backing you. You do being able to.
But there's there's going to be a lot of these people that are going to be falling off, trying to stay relevant. There's going to be new opportunities.
Oh, there's new people all the time, constantly.
Yeah.
New people constantly.
Yep.
I saw some promising stuff at 1889 Farms and the High Hills guy working together.
Yep.
I saw the strains that they were coming up with where they look
collaborations
beautiful.
are key in this industry, man. Working with people,
Yeah.
So, and it was going to be their first strain. You know how bands are, like certain bands come out and like the first album's just the best. So right. I still have that mentality when somebody's like, "Oh, we're dropping this kind." I'm like, "Ooh, I gotta check it out." I'm gonna listen to it twice. I'm gonna buy 3 bags.
Right. Fucking right, man.
Yeah, I'm still like that, dude. 100%.
Yep.
And then I find, like a band that I like, like DNG or something, and I follow that.
Well, and that's like we talk about that at our place often. As brand loyalty. Mm-hmm. Especially in this market, because it's a tight market, man. There's a lot of cultivators out there.
There is.
Like for the patient count, man. There's a lot of people trying to get this pie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
and brand loyalty is huge right now, and like you got a mistake in you. The market will forgive you for a fuck up, man, but they won't forgive you for fucking continuously fucking up.
Yeah, you can't repeatedly do it.
Right, you gotta be consistency is gonna be the biggest key, because people want to know, especially when we're turning out 20 strains, right? So we got 20 strains dropping. Something's gonna be flame. There's gonna be heat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there'll be something in there that you look at and you smoke that and you're like,
right.
That's
so you're gonna be on the lookout for our gear, right? And anybody else who's out putting out the heat, man, you're gonna be on the lookout for it.
Yeah.
And that's where the brand loyalty comes into play. It's huge out here, dude.
It's just knowing that these certain people do good,
yes,
and you want them to keep doing good.
Correct.
Because then it gets switched up too. Because then it also gives you variety.
You basically take what happened with Pitbull. I was a huge fan, like number 1 fan, dude. A huge fan.
No.
And then that ounce came and it crushed me. And now they have 2 good batches in there right now, 2 good strains, and I have trouble buying them. Even though I can smell them, I know they're good.
Burn your
I know
hand
everything's fine. That's
shit,
just it.
Yeah.
It's
And another
something
thing about
in my head makes it hard for me to grab
Now,
it.
what would happen if you go back and you got another bad bag?
I'd never fucking go back again.
So that's how vital the market is out here, Red.
Yeah.
I honestly haven't went back, and I didn't even buy that one.
Deservedly so. Like, I believe our consumer base,
because
we've been railroaded out the gate so bad.
There.
Yeah, and we got flavors now. You looking out for some D&G. You looking out for some Dakota Green. Some
from the hills.
From the hills.
Yeah.
And
Pure
flavors.
Bliss.
Flavors are coming up in percentage too.
Yeah.
Like there's.
Oh yeah, we're
that,
rocking. We got the shout out to the grow team. Fucking
hey.
Quest for Terpy Highs. His modified banana, highest THC in the state, 32.3.
Buddy, where? Give me.
That shit was at East River Farms. It was sold out in a day.
Damn it.
Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, that was hanging, fucking hitting them.
Damn it.
There now have been a lot of 30%ers.
No.
A lot of 25s.
I've never
and stuff
had
now.
a 30.
25,
I've never
27,
had a
something like
30.
that. You get some
Since I've been
frozen
a
fuel. Wasn't that the
holder.
lower one?
25. Yep.
Yep.
25.
No,
Yeah,
the
that's
Gushers
what
wasn't
10
Gushers like
G's
13?
10 G's was 25. Gushers was like 13, 14,
13?
something like
Yeah,
that.
the Gushers is thrown out the door.
The
I
Gushers.
call that the
yeah, but it
Gushers.
tasted good.
I called those puppy milk cuts.
Well, it was a really good like morning high.
Yeah.
If it was,
It
the
was good
first
for
thing you
someone
smoked,
who's not a heavy smoker.
yeah, if it's the first thing you smoked in the day, it had a good taste to it, nice burn,
Right.
and fucking you could start your day with that.
Right.
Now, if you're like halfway through your day and you need to get high, you're gonna have to smoke 2 of those.
Yes.
But
yeah. Fuck,
right away
man.
in the morning, that's a fucking sunrise weed, dude. It was
3.5
Yeah.
gram G, man. I'm like, you must smoke half that fucker.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't working.
Yeah,
Fuck
that's
that.
every time, dude. Every time. That's,
Yeah.
that's a
That
big
with
thing,
a
though.
stomper. They had there's a hard time at the facility about we're getting rid of the stomper, man. It's ran its course. It's perennially 15. It's been 12%, 15 to 16%, and it's just like, I mean, it's visually appealing as fuck. Its bag appeals off the chain.
yeah.
Smells great. It only comes in at like fucking 1.8% or it's like 2% terps or something like that. And like, but
That's
it's
not bad.
well, it's terpy as hell though. And then I get this Animal Mint Cushman that comes in at 3.5% terp, no fucking terps on it at all, which makes me wonder what the fuck.
Yeah.
But the Stomper, it's just, I feel like we got to keep it. We got to keep the market fresh. It's ran its course. It'll run 9 months.
Oh yeah.
And
9 months,
you
get
do
rid
want
of it.
variety. That's one thing. Even just seeing people in the dispos are always like, well, what's new?
Yeah, what's new?
You get that a lot. What's new? What else?
Oh,
What else
for
have you guys
sure.
gotten in?
For sure.
Did
Then,
you get?
yeah,
did you
like you
get
said,
this yet? You were
stability.
talking about it. Did you get this yet?
Can you get a strain that's gonna be steady 20% or 25 every single time?
Yep.
Like, because if I get a favorite kind of weed and I'm buying it, and all of a sudden it drops 5%, that I'm gonna notice that, and that's gonna suck. So
And that's a lot of that, like, especially at the consumer level right now. If people are growing from seeds, man, like we did our glutini batch was 60 seeds. So like there's 60 different expressions of the plant, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And maybe the expressions are doubled up a time or two. Maybe this is only like 20 actual phenotypes out of the 60 seeds, right?
Well, yeah, but they're there.
well, yeah,
though.
but you need quantity
But-
and consistency.
But you might get a bag. You might get a bag this week from fucking Superior Buds. You're over here at Tea Tree, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna snatch up that glutini again here, and it's a different bag, like completely different weed.
Yep. That's.
And
I had that a couple times, yeah.
So that's the issue that you come into with the seeds, right? So when you get the clones, it's consistency. The Stomper was the same every
Touche.
fucking place across the state,
that makes a lot
That's why
of
there's
sense.
so many. You can go to Colorado and you buy a Gorilla Glue. That's why you can get the same Gorilla Glue 20 different times.
Yeah.
It's just 20 different Gorilla Glues.
So
You buy
and
the
that-
same thing, Gorilla Glue 4 every time. You can go ask 10 different dispensaries.
But you
Yeah,
got
you'll get
and- well,
close to the original.
Well, that's where it hinges on when you talked about can you replicate the results, right?
Yeah.
Can you replicate can the plant continuously produce? And we found on all of our cultivars, we found pretty uniform, but they varied fucking 4% batch to batch.
That ain't bad.
No,
No, that
No.
ain't bad.
no.
No, that ain't bad at all. But it still stays the same though, especially when you're pheno hunting. You find that one that you want to run with,
Yep.
and then you don't.
Then you know what you got.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
And then you cut out that issue of same bud, 2 different buds though.
yeah.
Yep. The smaller the plant batch, so like our glutini is down to like a 8 plant grouping right now from 60 seeds. So we have one.
So you picked like the 8 that you like the best.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
So now we're
Okay.
rocking from those 8, and we'll actually make our selection from that 8 from soil. So we ran
So
it
it's
on
gonna
cocoa. all
get
the time.
it's just gonna get tastier and tastier.
Tastier, and then
Ah,
and more uniform
the
too. Because
horror.
eventually, once we get one, eventually we'll just get down to a 1 plant grouping where
Yep.
it's the same plant. It's the glutini 465 or whatever the fuck it is, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be consistent everywhere you go. Everybody's bag will taste the same. So when you tell someone, "Yo, you got to get that piney ass earth," and you know somebody that likes that, and they're West River, they can go get that with guaranteed consistency that it's going to
Yeah.
be the same bud that you experienced over here, or vice versa. It's
And then
gonna
you've
be the
got a
exact same-
brand.
right?
yeah.
And then we got our stable of killers, as I like to call them.
Yeah.
And then we just got to make sure brand loyalty stays through consistency and quality. That's it. If you're consistently good in weed, like that's fucking
We
that's
have,
all that anyone asks for, right?
Yeah,
We've never had issues. with it.
Just grow good pot, man. You won't have no problems.
Yeah, if you're doing what you love,
Don't be
shouldn't a
lacking on.
problem.
Don't be lacking on your shits. Don't lose your motivation on it.
Yeah, and don't lawn mow that shit, man. Don't fucking.
Yeah, be okay leaving a couple leaves on there. If they're frosty leaves and stuff, just it's okay. It's all right. It's all part of the salad. It's
Take
okay.
the time. Trimming sucks, but somebody's got to do it. You know?
Yes, and don't overdo it.
If you don't do it, someone else is doing it.
Don't overdo it. Don't fucking. If you can hear your blades in the tumbler, they're too tight, guys.
I don't know what that means, but I bet you do.
It's automatic trimmers.
Oh no!
We know that's going on, man. Come on.
I know
You
some
see some of this
people.
weed out here, man. That shit was
But
fucking.
no, don't do that.
hacked up.
Have more
Hey, that's
respect for
tumbled.
yourself.
It was tumbled.
Be better. What's wrong with you?
We're not pointing fingers. We're just stating facts.
It's up in the air.
I'm
Take
a
it
shout
as you
out.
must.
I'm a shout out Pipple Acres, Superior Buds, 1889 Farms, the Terp Ranch, and Dakota Green Inside Grow, and Greenlight for giving me these stickers, so you get free. And Cloud9 too. Your sticker's not on here, but that's because I forgot, not because you forgot. Right. Okay, so that's my fault. But yeah, shout out to those guys. I just wanted to get those in before I forgot because I tend to forget things.
Yeah, for sure, man. That happens in this line of work.
Every now and then,
Every now and then I forget stuff.
short term gets a little wonky.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, dude, it's hot as balls in here, and I feel like everybody's pretty hungry.
Starving.
So,
that's right. Your woman's trying to get that too.
oh yeah, everybody wants free.
Oh, she's
Kidding
gonna
me?
get you.
Yeah, she's trying to do it. You're right, not
She
me.
gets that,
It's not
dude.
me at all. It's all
We're
her.
gonna get some grub, man. and
Torturous.
I hope you guys keep this rocking, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're gonna.
It's pretty
We're
much.
gonna.
I think it's pretty much a foolproof. A foolproof fucking podcast plan, man. Just come out here and fucking talk some shit, man.
Yeah, dude, this is
Piss some people
we just
off.
Sit
Sit
around and
people
talk
off. Get some
about
people
this
down. It's
anyways.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if anything we said, offended you or hurt your feelings or chapped your ass, made you kick your dog, made you argue with your mom or something like that, just remember that you can't be mad at us for what we said when we were smoking that ish, dude. We'll see you all later.
Peace.